White House reporter Franco Ordonez is in our Washington bureau right now. Franco, thank you so much for being with us. According to the latest Quinnipiac poll, 71% of respondents disapprove of the job Republicans are doing in Congress, while it looks like 58% disapprove of the job Democrats are doing. These town hall meetings seem to reflect the sentiment of those polls. Do you think Republican lawmakers will be able to turn attention away from Comey and back onto really bread and butter issues like health care and tax reform ahead of the midterms?
I mean, as you can see, they're trying to. That's what was going on at those town hall meetings, and they're finding a really hard time doing that. I mean, look, the White House, Sarah Huckabee Sanders today telling us in the briefing room that it's the reporters who are obsessed with this story. Those town hall meetings show that it's not just the reporters, it's not just the people in the Beltway, it's people in America who are very concerned about this. They want answers. And, you know, what's coming out of the White House, the explanations, they're very confusing.
Yeah, I know multiple Trump staff members, including Vice President Trump, had different takes on how the president went about firing James Comey. Let's take a listen.
The new Deputy Attorney General sat down and made the recommendation that for the FBI to be able to do its job, that it would need new leadership. He brought that recommendation to the president. The Attorney General concurred with that recommendation.
He did have a conversation with the Deputy Attorney General on Monday where they had come to him to express their concerns. The president asked that they put those concerns and their recommendation in writing, which is the letter that you guys have received.
He has lost confidence in the FBI director, and he took the recommendation of Rod Rosenstein, the Deputy Attorney General.
But I now want to play what the president said during an interview on Thursday.
I was going to fire Comey. My decision. It was not.
You had made the decision before they came in the room.
I was going to fire Comey. There's no good time to do it, by the way.
Because in your letter you said I accepted their recommendation,
yeah, well,
so you had already made the decision.
I was going to fire regardless of recommendation.
So there was really
he made a recommendation. He's highly respected, very good guy, very smart guy. The Democrats like him, the Republicans like him. He made a recommendation, but regardless of recommendation, I was going to fire Comey.
Now, as you listen there, his comments directly contradict what multiple members of his staff have said. What's been the reaction?
It's been an incredible reaction because the White House can't get their story straight. They can't get the timeline straight. They don't seem to understand. They're not able to control this story as much as they're trying to. Obviously, Trump is contradicting everything his staff says. And then even more powerfully, the acting director of the FBI is completely contradicting what the White House is saying that the Comey had a wonderful relationship with members of the FBI. They had great confidence, great support, and that absolutely contradicts what the White House said yesterday about how so many members of the FBI were really ready for a new leadership.
You know, according to an NBC News poll, 54% of Americans think President Trump's dismissal of FBI Director James Comey was not appropriate. Does the White House need to do something to address these concerns?
I think it's very clear that they do. I mean, I think the effort was that they wanted to get beyond this. They wanted to move faster. But it seems like the last thing that they should have done is perhaps fire the senior official who was directing an investigation of the president during his campaign, or the then candidate Donald Trump. I mean, there's too many questions out there, and the hope that this was going to move them beyond this issue so that they could work on quote unquote real work for the American people. I think that survey shows, the town halls show that Americans are going to have a hard time focusing on these new issues with these continued kind of tumultuous issues out of the White House.
President Trump, we saw it today on Thursday, signed 2 executive orders the same day McCabe testified on the Hill and his interview with NBC aired. What is the White House trying to accomplish by signing these orders Thursday?
You know, it's a great question. I mean, I think partially, you know, the White House wants to move on. They want to keep doing the people's business. But frankly, you know, ask the regular American people what they were, you know, talking about the cybersecurity executive order. you know, I think it's going to kind of gloss over a lot of them. I think the focus is so much energy has been sucked up by so much is sucked up by Comey that even healthcare is, it's amazing that so much conversation, that healthcare has kind of even moved a little bit back. But obviously healthcare will come back.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I think that'll be the topic for a while. Finally, the New Yorker magazine released their cover for this week. It features Attorney General Jeff Sessions dragging James Comey down an aisle off a plane while President Trump stands over him kind of dressed up as a captain there. You see it on the screen now. What do you make of Sessions' role in all of this?
He's played a critical role. I mean, in the original explanation of Comey's departure, Trump said that he went to Sessions to talk to him about this. He got Sessions' approval. He got his Deputy Attorney General to talk to approval or wrote the letter, excuse me, recommending that Comey be fired. That explanation has shifted quite a bit. But Sessions has been a very critical part of this administration, taking a role in a lot of the most controversial issues. He had to recuse himself, obviously, because of his contact with Russian officials. This is just another example, and I think the New York cover just kind of shows that this has hit a level that not many people expected when you're on the cover of the New Yorker. I can't imagine that's somewhere that Donald Trump wants these kind of images to be.
Probably not. Franco Ordonez in Washington, thank you so much.
Thank you.